And hello, welcome to our third installment of Truth Force. You know, Truth Force actually comes from, it's a translation of Satyagraha, which was the term that Mahatma Gandhi coined. And what he was talking about was that he believed there was an actual force called truth. And that when you use this force, if you just stand in truth, it will wipe away everything in front of it. It's kind of like shining a light on a shadow. It cannot withstand it. If you shine a light on a shadow, the shadow disappears. So in this case, the lies are shadows and the truth is the light. And I say that today because today what I want to talk about, I've been actually having several experiences of people who really can't tell the difference between lies and the truth. I had a colleague from my former radio station post this morning asking, what is the truth about what Trump said in Russia? Did he actually misspeak? Or, you know, and honestly, I mean, if you watch it, if you look at it, it really is not difficult to tell. I was very surprised. But even more surprised as I went down all the posts, how many people couldn't tell the difference between the truth and the lies. I mean, there were some people who even said things like, well, I'm not a Trump supporter, but the Democrats are horrible. So there's that meme thrown in there, which is also a lie. So I spoke with my friend. She actually, because I posted, of course, and she said that she just had such a hard time because the Trump supporters are so fervent, so sincere in what they say, and then the other side is so fervent. How do you know which side is telling the truth? Well, that's what I'm going to address today. How do you know which side is telling the truth? And I just want to point out in the New York Times today, there was an article in India. False rumors about child kidnappers have gone viral on WhatsApp, promoting fearful mobs to kill 24 people since April. This is the danger of lies staying out there and not being challenged. So, let's get to it. I, as a practice, have been trying to converse with Trumbies. That's my term for Trump supporters, Trump and zombies. And I do mean it in a pejorative sense, but for me, it's more of a shortcut because generally people who follow Trump really have the hard time telling fact from lies. And they just kind of listen to anything he says and buy it. So anyway, so I have tried to have conversations with these people, and the one thing that I do that I insist on that really helps me is that I insist that anything that we say, any statement or attempt to say something that's supposed to be factual must be backed up by credible sources. Most of the time what happens when I do this with Trump supporters, they'll try to get their memes in and push, and I'll keep insisting that they do a credible source, and usually, unfortunately, what happens is they disappear. They just won't do that. They're afraid of that. Occasionally, I will get somebody who actually responds to that, and it takes a great deal of patience. You have to do it kindly. You can't get angry. Having said this, I just want you to know I'm not always able to do that. Okay, it's very hard. It's very frustrating. But when you can, there's one person in particular who, since I've come to Michigan, who kind of introduced